The Meal Prep Masterclass, how to save time cooking only 2 to 3 hours a week. Let's dive in. What's going to be covered in this training? How to schedule your meal prep out, the meal prep system, the cheater keto method that I use for fat loss with my clients, what to do if you miss meal prep, how to get back on track, multitasking and what equipment is needed, marinades and pan sauce to 10x the flavor of your meats, the healthy plate, the bowl, the bento box, and crock pot necessities. So let's dive in. But first, make sure you guys have a pen and paper. So therefore, you guys can take notes on this because I do think that this is going to provide a lot of value for you guys to make meal prep fun. So the very first thing that I see is a challenge for most people in losing weight is not knowing what they're going to be eating, but also they just don't have a meal prep system in place. So the very first thing we're going to need to do is you're going to need to get on Google Calendar and you're going to need to schedule out the exact time that you're going to be using meal prep. And so in this case, the meal prep system is going to be on Sunday and Thursday. So you're going to see here, I use the color red. On Sunday, I'm going to be meal prepping from 5 to 6 p.m. And then for Thursday, on leftover night, I'm also going to be meal prepping from 6 to 7 p.m. And just in addition here, you're going to see that I actually also scheduled out my meals. So my first meal is at 8:30, my second one's at 10:30, my third one's at 12:30, my fourth one's at 3:45, and my fifth one's at 6 p.m. And generally, that's when I'll stop eating. It takes about 5 hours for your gut to go to sleep. So I do not recommend eating any later than 6 p.m. That's kind of the gold standard. But first, you can see that with having organization, I know exactly what I'm going to be eating, but also too, Google Calendar will also send me a reminder, which is super cool. Like I said, I use Sunday and Thursday as ideal days to prepare. You don't necessarily need to use these 2 days, but I found that they work best. Breakfast is always going to be a grab and go option, or it's going to be super easy to make on the fly. So in this example, we're going to be prepping only lunch and dinner, and maybe some bento boxes as well for your snacks. And what you're going to need to remember is 8 meals in 6 meals, okay? So no matter what day you start to prep, so let's say that you started prepping on Monday, it's still going to be 8 meals, and then it would be Friday. On that case, it would also be 6 meals. So it just kind of pushes if you kind of catch my drift. So that's going to be the scheduling piece. You guys need to do this. Did you do it? I'm going to know if you guys did it. So make sure you do it. The meal prep system. This is gold, okay? And this is what I found to be the most effective for your time and taste. So we're going to choose 2 meats, okay? So I gave you some examples here from the list. Most importantly, we're going to be weighing out everything cooked. So I'm going to have everyone buy Pyrex glass containers off of Amazon because those are the best because they're dishwasher safe and also there's no chemicals. So in this example, you're going to choose 2 meats. Let's say it's salmon and chicken. We're then going to go ahead and prepare marinades or pan sauces. So pan sauces for when we're actually making the recipes, marinades, so therefore we can actually place the salmon and chicken in the desired marinade that we want, and we can actually freeze them and then thaw them when we feel like we want to have it, which is super key and saves a lot of time, but it also 10x's the flavor of your meat. So as you can see here, put the desired meats into Ziploc bags with the desired marinade that you feel is going to taste best. Okay, thaw out on your prepping days. Cool. Know exactly what complex carbs and vegetables you're going to have to complete your plate. We're then going to go ahead and show you guys the multitasking formula to be able to complete your meal prep, okay? So therefore, when all the food's made, what you're going to do is you're going to grab a food scale and you're going to grab all of your Pyrex meal prep containers and you're simply going to go ahead and follow this. This is the easiest thing ever and it saves a lot of time if you do it this way. So you're going to put the container on the scale, you're going to zero out the scale, you're going to switch it to ounces, then you're going to put your desired amount of meat, which is going to be 3 to 8 ounces. Then you're going to zero again, so therefore the Pyrex container is registered to 0. You're going to switch to grams. You're going to add your carbs, zero the scale one more time, add your vegetables, and then therefore take it off. And you can add your sauces, pan sauces, or condiments, and then boom, you have an easy meal prep. I know this can be overwhelming, so please, if it is, that's okay. Just know you're not alone, and it's going to take a learning curve and maybe a couple of weeks doing this to where you feel really confident, but you will get this down and it will save you so much time. The cheater keto method. Guys, I'm literally giving you away the secrets that I use for my clients. I promise you, if you stick to this method, you will actually lose weight, because what we're doing is we're optimizing insulin, which is actually going to benefit you because it's going to maximize your energy levels, but you're also going to burn fat. So number one, this is the cheater keto method. So the breakfast, when you're having breakfast, we're going to have no carbs. So an example of this would be eggs, bacon, sliced avocado, and some salsa on your eggs. Notice how there's no carbs for breakfast. We're already going to go ahead and start your day with a blood glucose spike that is flatlined, and therefore it's not going to be like a rocket ship and come up. And a lot of times, if you have a carb bomb for breakfast, that's exactly what your blood glucose is going to do. Is it's literally going to be like a rocket ship, and it's just going to come boop all the way up. And what comes up must come down, so therefore you're going to crash around the afternoon, and no one wants that. Well, then for lunch, you're going to go ahead and do a meat and then some sauteed vegetables. That is it. To make the meat taste good, use a marinade from above, or let's say use a pan sauce. For example, miso salmon with asparagus. Delicious, right? Also, you're then going to have your blood glucose flatlined, and there's not going to be another rocket ship. So let's say that you had carbs for breakfast, which is one rocket ship. It comes back down. You had carbs for lunch, is another rocket ship. So you kind of catch my visual here, and that's kind of why your energy starts to crash, is because your blood glucose spikes and then it comes back down, okay? Now, for your snack, depending on when you work out in the morning, like I said, I don't recommend having carbs. So if you're a morning lifter, then don't do this. But if you're an afternoon lifter, then yes, you can have carbs before your workout. So therefore, you can actually get the carbohydrates in your body, and therefore you can have insulin shuttle into your muscle cells. So therefore, it's already going to be going to use. Make sense? So an example is a bento box, boiled egg, berry mixture, as well as multigrain crackers. And then for dinner, you're going to allow yourself to have complex carbs, which is going to be formulating the healthy plate. So for an example of this would be fajita chicken with mixed peppers and jasmine rice. You can also add some salsa or some sort of Mexican type sauce on top. Okay, and you're going to have a protein shake after your workout. That is gold. That is gold. What do you do if you miss meal prep? How do you get back on track? Well, don't freak out. Understand how calories work. And also, this is a bonus. Go ahead and click this link here, which will be a link, which you can actually watch my MyFitnessPal Masterclass, which breaks down everything you need to know about calories and falling off to get back on. Okay, so follow the same food guidelines when you're away from the cheater keto method or your plating system that is working best for you. And simply, it really is just having lean meats, healthy vegetables, healthy fruits, and limiting your processed foods, meaning don't have processed carbs and don't have fried food, right? And try to be aware of what places will prepare foods this way, okay? And try to follow the cheater keto method on the go. This is a big one. Know exactly what you're going to have at the restaurant, okay, or in your car if you're going to and from somewhere, at the convenience store or the fast food option that you get. Because then what you can do is you can actually go ahead and plug that meal or whatever you're going to be eating in MyFitnessPal and then work backwards from there. So therefore, you're going to then choose your lunch and breakfast. Okay, the other thing is going to be covered in the MyFitnessPal class, the MyFitnessPal Masterclass, understanding how calories are like your finances. But just to break this down, guys, as long as you're spending the same amount of money or eating the same amount of calories over the course of 7 days, you're actually still in a calorie deficit, which is going to help you lose weight. Multitasking in what equipment is needed. Now, this is gold because this is kind of the bread and butter and how we actually save time in the kitchen, okay? So please take your pen and paper and really pay attention to this section because this is going to be very helpful, okay? So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to put the meat into the oven, the air fryer, the grill, whatever we're using for the meat. That meat is going to take a long time. And obviously the slower meat cooks, it's usually tender and it's more delicious. So you're going to make sure that you're having the meat cooked. Okay, while the meat is cooking, that's when we're going to go ahead and think about the other things like complex carbs and vegetables. And there's going to be some equipment that we can use to actually save time to be able to cook these things. Okay. And some of the equipment that I obviously recommend is you can obviously read the list here, but make sure you have meal prep containers, bento boxes, air fryer is a must, rice cooker is a must, crock pot or pressure cooker is a must. A food processor is not required, but it will work good to make sauces and, just chopping up things and whatnot. A spiralizer is not required, but also is pretty good for some flexible dieting options. A steamer lid for your vegetables, half sheet pans, mixing bowls, cast iron pan, nice frying pans, nice pots, nice block knife set, obviously spoons, tongs, spatulas, a whisker, lemon and lime juicer, basting brush, garlic press, lemon zester, freezer bags, and I would say a peeler as well for your potatoes. That's what I would say is gold in this example. Okay, and I'll just add the potato peeler, which is going to be a must to have in your kitchen. Okay. The easiest method, okay, is to use an air fryer or half sheet pans to make your meats or the grill outside. While that's going, what you're going to do is then you're going to have your meats. First off, make sure that your meats have a timer. So when that timer is going, you're then going to start your carbs, right? And so using either a rice cooker or steamer, the stovetop, the pot with boiling water, even an air fryer for the potatoes, or even the microwave, this will be a fast option to be able to get your carbs going, but then set a timer for that as well. So you'll have 2 timers going at the same time. Then we're going to get your vegetables going, okay, which is pretty much going to be like a sauteed option, or you're going to be using the air fryer. You'll be using a steamer from the rice cooker, or you can obviously boil them, but I do prefer usually sauteed. I think they taste the best, or the oven for roasted vegetables, in my opinion. And you're just going to go off of the tenderness of the vegetables. So just check it every now and again, just to see where it's at. Okay. And that is literally going to be it. It's going to be super easy. And then, by the way, when everything else is cooking, that's when you'll make the pan sauces with a mixing bowl, or you'll go ahead and use the food processor. Here's some marinades. So you can just click that link and it'll be some really cool marinades you can have, but they're all labeled here. Here's some marinades for your salmon. They're all labeled there. Here's your pan sauces with links. They're all there. A healthy plate, like I said, you're going to be having this for dinner. And all that is 3 components to a meal: 3 to 8 ounces of cooked meat, 140 to 200 grams of complex carbs cooked, 100 grams of mixed or single vegetables cooked, a marinade, or a pan sauce. Super simple. The bowl, check these out right here. You can also have this for dinner. Okay, following the cheat or keto method, you're gonna be having either a healthy plate or a bowl. Okay. The bento box. This is just for snacks. It's super easy. You're also going to get some Pyrex containers for the bento box. It's dumb easy, okay? 3-component snack box. An example of this would be a boiled egg, salami, mixed berries. As you can see, you can mix and match however you please. These are some examples, so just get creative, but these are really healthy snacks that you can have either pre-workout or whenever you're hungry throughout the day. And here's some crock pot necessities just to kind of put this together. Salsa chicken, meatballs, chili, and pulled pork. So therefore you can get the crock pot going, and then you can do things like errands, because this is a really good option for when you're really busy and you need to leave the house, is you can simply just use the crock pot to put it on for like an 8-hour slow cook. And then when you come back, it'll already be made, and it's super simple. And just to give you kind of a bonus, microwavable carbs and vegetables are also very easy to be able to just have on the fly. So if you know you're super busy, those are some really good options as well. But guys, hope you were taking notes. Really good value here. Hopefully this was helpful. And if you guys are new, I'm Colton Millette. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, add me as a friend on Facebook, where I obviously help Christian men lose weight, and specifically lose 20 to 30 pounds without cutting out carbs, while only cooking 2 to 3 hours a week. So I am giving you a lot of my recipes, and I'm giving you a lot of my secrets. But I hope this was helpful.